Hey, so what's happening with Donnie Shanahan's now taking over our country is that the news media is going to knuckle under to him. And because that's the way they work. They're not made to stand up to strong people. If you ever saw broadcast news, you'll understand. So here's someone tweeted this out. They call them alt-right. I call them all-white. They're not alt-right. They're just, they're like racists and stuff.
They're neo-Nazis. Let's call them.
A lot of them are neo-Nazis. Like we saw them doing that thing. Like that was a thing they did last week at the. But so they have this meeting in Washington D.C. right of the alt-right. Well, here's
in the Ronald Reagan room.
In a second. Was that what it was in the Ronald Reagan room? And
at
so
this hotel.
This woman.
It wasn't before they got there. It sure was afterwards.
So this woman says, "Remember the outcry over the Rolling Stones romanticized cover of the Boston bombing suspect? Remember that? Remember?
Yeah.
So this was it. Remember that?
Right.
Rolling Stone cover of bombing suspect called "Slap to Boston," and they made him look pretty, and they didn't like that. Well, meet the new think tank in town. The alt-right comes to Washington. That's a cool picture. Is that Tom Cruise from Top Gun, or is that some fucking neo-Nazi?
It's unbelievable when this came out. Mother Jones put that goddamn photo up. Like,
meet the dapper. That's Mother Jones. Meet the dapper white nationalist. First of all, that's such a neutral term, white nationalist. No, neo-Nazi. How about that?
Neo-Nazi. There were people then doing the Nazi salute.
They were doing it.
I posted on my Facebook and Twitter. I said, if you did the Nazi salute or waved a Nazi flag in America during World War II, you were considered an enemy.
Yes.
Not to mention, you'd get your fucking ass kicked.
Yeah.
Kicked. And it makes me so mad. I have two fucking uncles that fought fascists in World War II. How the fuck? 418,000 people died, American soldiers died in World War II, and we're letting this dapper cocksucker get fucking regular news? Fuck him and his family.
I'm with you too, but I can't believe this is Mother Jones.
And I'm so sick of this. Like, hey, the left, the mistake. You can't keep calling all the Trump supporters racist. Yes, I can, because you could say I'm not a racist. I'm 100% not racist. I just hated Hillary and I just wanted to blow it up. Okay, fine. The best case scenario is then you have supported racist policies, and now you're letting Nazis into the fucking White House. If you or a soldier or a vet and you're okay with this, then fucking you swore an oath that said, I defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These are domestic enemies against the United States of America and need to be rounded up.
But he's very dapper, don't you think?
Oh, well, you know what? My fault. If he has long hair,
is
then
this a
yeah.
picture? Are they doing a style section on the new Nazis? Is that what do they do?
It's interesting. I've never seen on Mother Jones, I've never seen, or on LA Times, that a picture that says Dapper Water Protector.
So then people, and then like I said in another clip, the beauty of Twitter is that when people do stupid shit like that, meaning Mother Jones and the LA Times, is that other people notice. And this guy says, top 10 Nazi man buns that will make you heil all night. There's a hashtag here somewhere, neo-Nazi fashion magazine.
Oh, God. There was one where somebody then they made some meme of like, the dapper Hitler is not a night on the town in D.C. and then they have Hitler like at a rave and there's like things. Oh, that's the thing where I hold on to hope that there is the internet exists and there's this response, because Jews in Germany in the 30s didn't have this.
You mean Twitter and social media?
Social media. Yeah. Hitler got a hold of the media.
Yeah.
That was it. Lights out. That was it. The media then was newspapers, magazines, and radio. That's it.
Right.
It was your only source of knowledge. He got a hold of that and it was over. So now at least there is a place where people can go, no, this show can happen.
This show?
Right?
Raising consciousness?
So.
But I think, doesn't this really highlight how that we have a long history of
racism in America?
Shut up, hippie.
But also Nazis. I mean, you go back and we saw in
George
World War
Bush's-
II, yes, in World War II, we saw at Madison Square Gardens that they had a
Oh.
huge event.
Sure.
They would have those kind of Nazi rallies.
Not
Yes.
kind of, Jimmy. They were.
They literally were. Yeah, not kind of.
What,
and they
in
would
the
do
late
this,
30s before the
we
war
sh-
started?
There's a video. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's in Madison Square Garden, and there'd be protesters, and they would beat the shit out, just like at Trump. You know, Trump. They don't beat the shit out of him quite like they did in the 30s. They would bring him up on stage, beat him up, throw him out. Yeah, it was really in Madison Square Garden.
And let's be clear that there's lots of links to Nazi Germany with corporations here in America.
Yes.
Tons of them, right up in
So
matter of
you-
fact, through the war.
So
Not
you-
even
Yes, continued.
like there were a lot of people who once the war started they disavowed Nazi Germany, but there were plenty of companies that were like, yeah, we'll take the money. Then.
Yes.
Like,
So we
First
have
of
a
all,
very
capital-
long, rich history with Nazi Germany.
Capitalists,
Yeah.
capitalists like fascists. So keep that in mind, and also remember that fascism is what capitalism does when it's under threat. You see what's happening in North Dakota? That's capitalism employing fascism to make money.
who's the mobster who worked with Ben Siegel and
Is that how many
the
minutes?
Jewish mobster?
Greenblatt.
No, it was. I know what you're talking about. So there was. Yeah, look this up. Mobster that.
Myra Lansky.
Myra
Meyer
Lansky.
So Meyer Lansky used to go when he heard about those things. He was like, "Fuck this!" He would get together a
when he
crew
heard
of
about the
thugs.
Nazi rallies?
Yeah.
Yes, and
He
with
would get
bats.
together a group of thugs and like wait outside and just beat the fuck out of some of these guys.
Yeah,
It was great.
they would do that
I'm
back
down
then.
with that.
No, I
They would.
never liked Meyer Lansky more.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, this country. I mean, look, this country was born out of imperialism and slavery. I mean, it was born out of.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Make it great again, Steph. Come on. It was born out of that. It was. I mean, America has always been a giant contradiction. The men came here. The founding fathers, you know, there was people escaping religious prosecution, and they came here to find this new democracy and fight against tyranny. And they owned slaves and took land away from indigenous people. So it's like I mean, the idea of America is perfect. The Bill of Rights and the Constitution are perfect.
No, they're not.
They're great. Well,
They're great.
But the point
They're
is
great.
that they're not perfect.
What's your point,
here's
Joe?
why I think they're perfect. They're perfect in the sense that you can change them. They can. It's breathability, in my opinion, makes it perfect. So word for word, sure, we could find flaws in them. So
Yeah, so
the
as
part with slavery in it, I would have a few problems with.
Oh,
3/5.
shut up. No, but I mean, like, but there's an example. So that was something that was enabled. You could amend that. You could, and originally women didn't have the right to vote, and then they were. So my point is, the idea of a representative democracy and a constitution that can change as times and things evolve. That, to me, that idea, it's everybody gets a chance in America. Everyone can worship and do whatever they want. That, to me, that idea, to me, as this is the optimist side of the liberal progressive in me, not the cynic that thinks we're about to have civil war.
So disgusting.
I feel like the idea of America is perfect. We've just never had it.
So everybody gets to have a say in America, Graham?
Yes.
Even that guy?
Well, sure. But if enough reasonable people pay attention and get involved, I mean, this goes back to other discussions we've had about the system is
I give money to the ACLU. I would, if this guy's free speech rights were being infringed upon, I would defend them.
well, here's what the First Amendment is. The First Amendment is I can say what I want and not get thrown in jail.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So he can say what he wants, and then I can stand right next to him and go, "Fuck you, you Nazi bag of shit! Friends of my uncles died by assholes like you." See, that's my right. That's my right to say I don't believe in guns. It's a coward's weapon, like the Batman says. I study martial arts, and I'd like to kick you in the throat. See, that's my right, Jimmy, to say that as a
That's weird that you would
vegetarian.
say that.
I
It's
would
really
like to
strange
do
that you
that.
would say
That is Graham Elwood from ComedyFilmNerds.com. All right, that's it.